I've been gone from 2 weeks from my indoor grow space. Let's see how everything survived in my absence. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. Believe it or not, it's been 2 weeks since I've given you an indoor update, and that's what we're going to focus on today. I know it really doesn't seem like it because of the way I scattered out some of my videos, but I've been away from home for 2 weeks for my daughter's wedding. And here's a quick picture of her and her new husband. We had an amazing time down in Georgia for the wedding, and I was gone for 2 full weeks away from home. 2 weeks. 2 full weeks from home. I didn't water. I had somebody come in, I think, twice in those 2 weeks for me, but everything kind of was on its own. And I've gotten home, and there's some good and there's some bad. And I almost didn't show you the bad, but I'm going to show you everything right now. And we are going to start right through this door here and show you the hydroponic system and how they're doing. So I turned the light off so you guys can see this. Y'all, look at that lettuce. Look at that salad bar, y'all. This one has been going for about 3 weeks now total. And y'all, this lettuce is ready to be harvested. I mean, completely ready to be harvested. I have my Cimarron didn't make the cut, so there's nothing in there. So we will replant that one. And over here, I think the spinach was a no-go as well, so far anyway. So we will replant the spinach as well. But y'all, that lettuce is looking good. So I was only gone for 2 weeks, and I had someone come in once and add water in those 2 weeks into this one right here. And it's still about half full. So I could add a little water now, but I'm not because we're doing a tour, right? That's what we're working on. We're working on a tour. So the lettuce is ready to be harvested. If we want to pick it young and tender and juicy and sweet, that's the lettuce we have right here, and it's ready for us. But now, remember, y'all, this is my salad bar, right? Everything I need for a nice salad. So let's take a look at the tomatoes and the cucumbers. Well, look at that, y'all. Every tomato plant that we started from seeds germinated, every last one of them. So I have two orange hats in the back. I have two of my yellow tomato right here in the front. And then right next to it, I have two red tomatoes, and those are tiny Tims. Now, I'm trying to be careful because right beside it, y'all, all of this, all of that, y'all, those are cucumbers. We got 6 cucumber plants in here, and they're trying to shade out my tomatoes. But y'all, every cell germinated, every last one. And I only put one cucumber plant in each one of the little pods, and every last one germinated. I have one on the outside here that's smaller than the rest because it was covered up by leaves, but I've tried to turn them around just a little bit so that it can have access to the light. But the two types of cucumbers we have in here are the mini me and the quick snack. When I got home, y'all, everything was all the way up to the light. So now I have to keep the light up a little higher, and I'm going to have to start supporting those cucumbers to get them growing in the direction I need them to grow in. Same thing for the lettuce. It was like up on the light. So now I try to keep the light just a few inches above. So here is the salad bar and the hydroponic systems. Now, everything looks good. A few things missing in this one here. We'll add some more back to it. But now let's go downstairs to the indoor grow tent and let me show you what's going on in there. Well, I guess there's one thing I need to show you before we get over to this grow tent behind me here. And that's the seed starting station that I had going with all my young transplants that I plan on putting into my green stalks and inside the grow tent. So let me show you how they're doing. Or should I say not doing? Y'all, they died. Every last one of them died. It completely ran out of water, and it didn't get watered for 2 weeks. It sucked up every ounce of water I had in there, and everything died. I think I got one lettuce plant left. The tomato plants I planned on using, they're crispy. The only thing that survived, y'all, are these cabbage plants right here. So I guess we're going to be putting cabbage indoors versus the plan I had for the cabbage. And we will need to start up another group of transplants. But y'all, it didn't make it. It didn't make it at all. So we will have to add some more and just keep this thing going. Now, there's no reason to get upset, y'all. Seeds are like fractions of a penny each, at least for the ones that I have growing here. So, y'all, I haven't lost anything at the end of the day. I think you get like 500 lettuce seeds in a pack. So, I haven't lost anything. At least that's not how I'm thinking about it. So, we will start some more seeds here shortly. Now, y'all, let's move on over into this grow tent here. Follow these lights on behind me. And let's look in the grow tent and see what's going on in there as well. Well, one of the first things I need to show you here is this plant right here. I finally received from Fast Growing Trees my lemonade blueberry bush. It showed up on my doorstep, y'all, while I was gone. And y'all, it sit outside on my doorstep for a couple of days before I realized it was out there in some cold weather. But anyway, I got somebody to bring it in for me. We opened the box and we put it inside the grow tent because I know that there's plenty of light in there and it'll carry me over until I can get it back outside. And it's not going to be anytime soon, y'all. There's snow on the ground outside in Southwest Ohio. So whenever we get a chance, probably in the spring, we will get this planted outside. So we're going to have to give it some space in the indoor grow tent. And y'all, look, I think it's trying to bloom. We don't need blooms on this bush, but we do need it to survive. I'm going to move on over to this pot right here. This is where I'm starting potatoes indoors. These are purple Viking potatoes. They finally broke ground right there. And they were doing well. They survived well. Didn't lose anything there from a watering standpoint. Again, I had someone come in twice in 2 weeks and make sure that it got plenty of water. Now I need to show you both the good and the bad with my pepper GreenStalk. There's some good things and there's some bad things, but we're going to work through it. So let me show you my pepper GreenStalk. We are in the process of overwintering peppers indoors. This will be the third season overwintering, I believe, indoors. So some of these plants are 3 years old, some are 2, some are 1. So let me show you what they're doing. Hopefully you can see that they're nice and green. Oh man, they have really perked up. You know, when we first put these in here, y'all, they were like sticks because I cut every bit of them off. Now, we also have in here some collard greens where we added collard greens to all the empty pockets as well. But, oh, and some micro dwarf tomatoes up there. But they're nice and green and healthy. But, y'all, they are infested with aphids. Aphids are everywhere. There are little white dots on it. And y'all, I started to get it cleaned up and not even show you, but there are aphids all over these plants. Now, I did bring these in from outdoors, and I knew I was running the risk of bringing unwanted pests indoors. Now, I don't have flying insects all over the place or anything like that. It looks like we just have aphids. And I am going to treat this with my neem oil, and I'm going to spray them once a day, every other day, or something like that. And you'll see how they're going to be fine. They're going to come back. They're going to be fine. And my house will not be overrun with these pests. We will contain them to this space right here, and we will eliminate them from this space right here. But let me finish showing you the peppers. I should say, and tomatoes, because here are my micro dwarf tomatoes, and they are trying to bloom. Oh, there's a tomato on it. Look at that little tomato, y'all. So these are my micro dwarf tomatoes. I have 2 of them in this one pocket. I do have peppers on here. which that got really big since I've been gone. There are blooms in some of these. Along with the infestation, there are blooms. But y'all, once you give it a good spray, so I sprayed this yesterday, and most of the pests are already dead on that leaf. So I'm going to continue that process, and you'll see with the fans blowing and everything else that these plants are going to clean right on up, and they're going to be happy, completely happy, because they're nice and green, so they're definitely getting the nutrition that they need. Now we just got to get rid of those insects. And the last thing that I did right before I went out of town, the morning that I was leaving to drive, yeah, and y'all, for the wedding, y'all, we did some driving. We did some driving. I left Ohio. I went northwest of Ohio into Indiana, left Indiana, came through Tennessee, from Tennessee down to Georgia, and we spent 2 weeks down there. On the day that I left, I recorded a video about starting some lettuce, GreenStalk number 16, to be honest with you, in my indoor grow space. And I only did one tier, and I'm going to show you that tier. So this lettuce was transplanted into this tier from that seed starting station that I was just showing you 2 weeks ago. And now look at it. Isn't it amazing? Y'all, look at this. Look at this. Woo, this is May Queen right here. And y'all, this green looks so good with that yellow background. I mean, it looks so good. This is Pablo. Yep, that's Pablo right there. Pablo is a heading lettuce, and I have two in here. And so I got one on this side trying to head up and one on this side trying to head up. Look at this. Oh, that looks so good. It's so nice and full. I got something else growing right here on the side, and then this big bunch right here. Wow. Look at that. This is Grand Rapids. And y'all, I can harvest this right now. Right now. And this is my giant Caesar. I have one right here. I have two in this pocket here. And this is Maryville or something like that. I always call it Marysville, but it's Mervelle. That's what it is. Mervelle right here. I have Ruby Red here. And the only one that was struggling when I got home, this one pocket was a little dry. And this is Lala Rosa. And it was a little dry. I've added plenty of water back to this pocket. And y'all, it done bounced back as well. So that's the one tier of lettuce and how it's doing. So at least you can see how everything's doing in the indoor grow space so far this winter season. I got lettuce right here. I got all kinds of peppers. Y'all, I even got a blueberry bush in here. But that's how things are doing now that I'm back home. I'll be giving you an update every week, if not more often than that, on how everything's doing. And you know, I'll be sharing all the harvest with you. So when I get ready to harvest this stuff back here, you're coming with me. So as always, I'm going to show you the good and the bad, even when I'm embarrassed about some of the bad. But I'm going to show you everything. As long as you're coming with me, you're going to get to see everything that I'm doing. So if you enjoy the video, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you can see what it's like growing indoors in Southwest Ohio in the winter. So until next time, and I hope there'll be a next time that you hang out with me at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.